morning and welcome to the Senior Hour, which is sponsored by Comfort Keepers in Home Care, Advanced Audiology, and Santa Clarita Hearing. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host,
Dr. Jean Dorio.
On your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS. This is a show for, about, and by seniors, giving information to enhance one's quality of life. And speaking of quality of life involving food, which is a major staple, our guest this morning is Bradley Grose and Jill Carr of Santa Clarita Grocery. And Jill is the Director of Community Outreach. Welcome to both of you. It's good to see you again.
Thank you. Great to see you and great to be with you, Dr. Dario.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, yes. And I would imagine you guys were extremely busy over the last few months.
Yes.
That's an understatement, I'm sure.
Very well put.
Do you anticipate, though, Bradley, that with the problems we're having in government funding the people of this country in Washington, D.C., do you think that the food lines will get longer?
I don't believe so. From our experience, at least I can speak for Santa Clarita, is since we last were on your show, we were approved through the USDA Farmers to Family program. And so they've really geared up a major national program where they have major pipeline and subcontractors and sub-subcontractors getting food out to the areas where the greatest needs are.
So they kind of pinpointed the spots in our country where they feel the needs are going to be higher. But do you think, though, Bradley, that with some people not having the funds, that the lines will grow longer?
I see what you're saying. I believe so. I mean, we've experienced that. Just numbers kind of speak to the magnitude of it. January was 161 families in the month. We served a week's worth of groceries. July was 750 plus families in a month. And our forecast is going to be 1,000 come mid-September. So on our end, we're just trying to bring in efficiencies so that we can meet the demand and not have longer lines. So for us, it's about getting the operation, the engine fine-tuned into a major engine so we can just keep it going. So it's a supply-demand challenge that we look at daily and very closely.
Yeah, and certainly our senior population has grown as well, especially with them being on fixed incomes. They're certainly finding out more and more about us, and as we're able to, meet their needs and help them through the end of each month, just making things a little bit better for them. I think that population will continue to grow as well as the word gets out.
Yeah, and currently, go ahead.
So when we talk about our seniors, and if you go to a grocery store, we've had the ability of seniors to go a little earlier than others. Do we have that with Santa Clarita Groceries, where a day is selected for our seniors that they can go to and get a little bit of higher preference, so they don't have to be in line or be in the heat or anything else exposed to the elements, but they have a little bit of a preference in being in line?
Yes, our guests don't even have to exit their cars. A volunteer shopper will assist them, and the days that are set aside for our seniors are Wednesdays from 3:30 to 5, and we're able to serve them efficiently and just have that time set aside for them.
So let me ask you this, though. Statistically in LA County, about 35% of the senior population don't have a car. So if if our listeners are thinking, well, wait, I can't get in line because I don't have a car, how do they get in line?
Thank you for asking. When those occasions arise, we do allow our senior guests to have a proxy driver. So it can be, a good Samaritan, a neighbor, a family member, someone who will shop on their behalf and, pick up their groceries and deliver it directly to them.
Okay.
And that's been working out really well.
I think that's wonderful. It really is.
Yeah, they don't have a proxy driver, though. And, now we're, 35% without cars. Now I'm talking about those without proxy drivers. You have a pretty small population, and I'd be surprised if you have people standing in line with a grocery cart waiting instead of a car. But, there are just going to be some seniors who are not mobile and don't have very many friends. They've been in isolation for months. I worry about some of those who are listening to our show right now and thinking to themselves, this sounds great. I can get food in my refrigerator, but I don't have a car. I don't have a friend. I don't have a friend who has a car. And, what do I do now? I know I'm kind of, moving down the chain here, but I think there are just some people I just don't want to leave. I just don't want to leave them out of a program that will be beneficial to them, and I don't want our seniors to have food insecurity.
Yes. One of the things the city does provide, though, is transportation. For example, on Saturday, 3 seniors were dropped off by the it's kind of like a large van. I don't know how to get in touch with that. I wish I had that information for you. But it drops off the seniors right to our location, and then it picks them up an hour later. And,
actually, so people they don't really have to have a car. They can be dropped off, and they can get their supplies, and the bus people can help load them and get it into the bus and take them home.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So that works. That works. And of course, for those listeners who know, you call the senior center and Access and other agencies dial a ride, whatever you might have in your neighborhood where you're listening. But here in Santa Clarita, we have those, and so they are able to be dropped off to get food.
Yes, and we provide cold water and chairs for them while they're waiting for their transportation, so that they're at least being cared for during that 1 hour period.
And I have to tell you, Gene, the food there is absolutely delicious, and it really does last you a week. It lasted me more. And the food was absolutely unbelievable. It really was. And I think our seniors, and anyone who is in need really needs to contact Santa Clarita Grocery, because they are more than willing to help. I've been to the warehouse. It is busy, busy, busy. I mean, they have people in there packaging all kinds of stuff. And cars drive up and they receive their box, literally a big box full of food, and they're able to go home and enjoy their food for a week or more. Mm-hmm. It really is. It's a wonderful service, Gene.
So do they, though, need to make a reservation beforehand, Jill, or how do they, or do they just get in line?
We have a drive-up service, so it's more in and out style. So they just drive up. A volunteer will come out and assist them, and take physical distancing, seriously as they work with the guest and basically just take care of their needs. Occasionally, we do get personal care items in as well that caters to our seniors in the way of vitamins and arthritic cream, different things that we set aside that especially for our seniors. So
yeah, we also get Ensure, which is a really good supplementary drink. I like those things too. They're like a
Yes.
little chocolate shake, right?
They are. They're very good.
And also, we have a good supply of adult diapers if anybody is challenged with that. It's a hard thing to talk about, but it's a reality.
Yes, it is.
And so we really like to take good care. We provide also chapstick and some other things just to keep them on a healthy path week by week. And we had just launched this, I think, when we were first time on your show, and now we're serving 125 seniors a month already.
Wow.
So it's really neat. It's taken off. The word's getting out. The people seem to be very happy. There's a lot of tears often because they're so touched that they don't have to make any kind of contribution. It's just a service to them to care for them at this crazy time.
And it is. It's a wonderful service. And the volunteers there really work hard, I tell you. Jean, you need to go to the actual location to see for yourself.
You should come on a Friday morning, and that would be the ideal time. You can really see all the gears in play, and it's a really fascinating thing to watch. The devotion and the loyalty and the tender loving care our volunteers put into the operation just to ensure people are getting a healthy diet and really quality food to last them the week.
That's
and
true.
There are many, many, many children in the United States we know now, and in Los Angeles County, that are going to sleep hungry. And seniors are going to sleep hungry as well. And in this country, we cannot have that. That has to, and we are in a very tough time right now. And there are listeners who are fighting this right now and worried about this right now. And it's impacting them for sure. So I know our listeners are saying, where do I go to get food? When is it? What are the hours? And what do I do? And things like that. So I know where it is, but can you guys describe to our listeners, the routine and where to drive, where to pick up? How to get there, what the hours are, because I think that's important, and I think especially our seniors, but all families, all people with children especially, and even those without but are hungry. For the time being, this isn't going to last for I don't think over a year, but we have to take care of each other, and certainly, with Bradley and Jill at Santa Clarita Groceries, this is one of these things where the community will rise up and take care of each other. So where do they go, Bradley? What is your location?
We're at 21176. And it's spelled the British way, but that's just for Barbara's sake. It's Center Point Parkway. That's CENTRE. Point, Pointe, Parkway. And we're where the Oasis Furniture Warehouse is. We're in the backside of that parking lot. Unit 300, there's a giant American flag hanging from the building, and that would be the good indicator. For the seniors, it's exclusive only for them on Wednesdays from 3:30 to 5. So that's going to be this late afternoon, and the seniors can come up, and a volunteer will actually walk right up to their car. They don't have to get out. We hand them a bottle of ice cold water, and we take their order in about 8 to 10 minutes. They pop the trunk, and our volunteers run it out to them and load it into their car, and we wave our goodbyes until the following week.
When you say take an order, what does that mean? I mean, is there a checklist that you give them, or is it do they say they're diabetic or have high blood pressure, or what when you get? It's not like I want two chili burgers with French fries. We're talking about what kind of order would they be giving? I need a week's supply of food. Is that essentially what you're asking, or just giving a name or a number to the person?
We do ask if they have any diet restrictions, and normally our seniors, are pretty forthcoming with that information. So if they have they can only have fruits and vegetables and, grains because of, their diet, or, they have an allergy to tomatoes. We do take that into consideration. That's for the seniors. And then as far as the families, if a child has a peanut allergy and can't have peanut butter, then we take that into consideration as well as we're getting the bags packed. You mentioned the menu. So we've got deli, dairy, as well as meat, produce, bakery, and then personal care items. And the family has a checklist of, those items, and how many are in the family also makes a difference in terms of how much groceries they get. We want to make sure that they receive a full week's worth of groceries.
Yeah, so some of the bigger families, we'll give them 2 gallons of milk, and we'll double up on some of the food items just to meet their needs. So it's important to us when we do the initial intake. It's like 5-minute thing. Fill out the paper. We ask for how many children in the family, what their ages are, so we can best service them as well.
Wow.
And like I said before, the food is unbelievable, and the amounts there are unbelievable. And if you are in need of food, please contact the Santa Clarita Grocery. And how do we do that, telephone-wise?
It's area code 661-425-7575. Again, that's 661-425-7575.
Yes, and I urge anyone who is in need to please make that phone call or go there, especially seniors on Wednesdays from, 3:30 to 5?
That's correct.
That's wonderful. Well, Bradley and Jill, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I think it was a lot of wonderful information, especially for our seniors and those who are in need. Thank you
so
again.
much.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Wonderful. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS.
Your hometown station, KHTS.
Introducing Oakmont of Valencia, Oakmont's second luxury senior living community in Santa Clarita. At Oakmont of Valencia, you'll have access to full-time assisted living services provided by compassionate staff in the privacy of your own home. Oakmont's Diabetic Wellness Program offers assistance with monitoring and managing glucose levels, meals, exercise, and activities. Oakmont of Valencia offers a fully equipped wellness center and concierge medicine program, allowing outside physicians to visit on site. Discover the care your loved one deserves in a resort-style setting. Visit oakmontofvalencia.com.
It's Christmas in August at Burger King.
Wait, are you being serious?
There's no way.
Maybe there's a joke. There's a joke inside the bag.
We invited food reviewers to try the Whopper, but with a special surprise.
$5 for 2 Whopper sandwiches.
I'm gonna leave before you change your mind.
It's Christmas time. Celebrate with a 2 for $5 mix and match deal. Your way, way better.
Get your 2 for $5 Whopper deal at Burger King on Lyons Avenue at the 5 Freeway in Newhall.
Loss of hearing can affect the quality of life. Santa Clarita Hearing Center can help. They specialize in both preventative hearing loss and corrective measures, including diagnostic tests, new technology hearing aids, cochlear implants, hearing protection, and tinnitus treatment. They can adjust your current hearing aids or fit you for new ones. Santa Clarita Hearing Center also offers sleep molds, swim molds, and musician monitors. Book an appointment today. Log on to SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com. Located on McBean Parkway next to the hospital. That's SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com.
This is Bradley Grose from Santa Clarita Grocery. Santa Clarita Grocery serves fresh groceries to families, individuals, and those experiencing homelessness. In this year-end season of giving, are you looking for a charity to do the most good for our community? At Santa Clarita Grocery, out of every dollar donated, a full 99 cents goes directly to the needs being addressed. As an all-volunteer-led organization, we operate on a 1% overhead, receiving no government funding for our operations in the community, resulting in us being one of the most efficient charities in the Santa Clarita Valley. If you are looking to support the good for our community, please consider partnering by donating to Santa Clarita Grocery. What is donated is specifically kept in Santa Clarita, helping over 3,000 families, including 5 other community charities. Please visit our website, santaclaritagrocery.org, or our Facebook, Santa Clarita Grocery, and or call our office to make a difference in our awesome town community at 425-7575. That's 425-7575.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, the inventor of MyPillow, and like all of you out there, I had problems sleeping. Pillows would go flat, I would flip-flop all night long, I would wake up with a sore neck, maybe a headache, or feel like I needed a nap even though I slept 8 hours. When I invented MyPillow, I wanted it to where you can move the patented fill to give you the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of sleep position. MyPillow will get you into that deep sleep faster, and you will stay there longer. It's not about how much time we spend in bed, it's about how much of that quality sleep we get. I do all of my own manufacturing right here in the United States. I have a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry my pillow, and I give you a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. And here's my best offer ever. You can buy one of my pillows and get one absolutely free.
Go to mypillow.com and use the promo code KHTS, or call 800-973-3927 and use the promo code KHTS. That's 800-973-3927 or mypillow.com and use the promo code KHTS.
KHTS, your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS. And we just said goodbye to Bradley Grose and Jill Carr of the Santa Clarita Grocery with some very, very good information. And our next guest, we will be waiting for her to call in, will be Nola Aronson, one of our sponsors at Advanced Audiology. So, Jean, how are you doing this morning?
Oh, just fine. I just think it's so wonderful what Bradley and Jill and Santa Clarita Groceries are doing for our community. I just find it unbelievable how so many people in our valley rise up to see needs of others and helps and extends themselves to taking care of the people around them. And I am so impressed with those who are doing that. And that has gone on for years in Santa Clarita. So it's not anything new, but this is a time of huge stress, financial stress, emotional stress. You know, we have a threat from COVID-19, and for people to say, I'm going to help my fellow human being. I'm going to step forward, and I'm going to make sure that they don't go hungry. I mean, that's, to me, amazing. And I just love that about Santa Clarita, because I've seen it for years, but when the time is tough right now, you know, they're stepping forward. And Bradley and Jill and their company, Santa Clarita Groceries, you know, I want in the future, as we look back at these times, for people to remember who has stood up and stood out. And certainly Bradley and Jill have done that through their company.
That's very true. But, you know, when you stop and think about it, the Santa Clarita Valley is an incredibly kind valley. Everyone here helps everyone else. You will now be
friends.
You know, they really do. And that's what makes it so special. It really does.
Exactly. And joining us right now is one of those individuals who has made a difference in Santa Clarita, Nola Aronson. Nola, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Hi, Nola.
Welcome to the Senior Hour. We're just letting individuals know we had Santa Clarita Grocery on, and they are extending themselves out. But you have done that for years now in Santa Clarita, and not only helped our older adults find their way in life, helping them hear and enjoy life to its fullest. You have made a huge difference, and we thank you for that. And thank you for not only being our sponsor, but being on our show. How are you doing, Nola?
I'm doing really well. And how are you guys doing?
Doing great.
We are just fine. Thank you. So let's talk about some of the things that you have done for our valley and what you are doing. First of all, it's so important, the recognition, or for some, a lack of recognizing that they're having hearing problems, because some of our seniors, they don't know it, do they?
No, but especially during this time with all of us having to wear masks, I find that what's happening now is that more seniors are recognizing that they aren't hearing as well as they used to. And they're tending to admit it more because they've been home with family, they've been watching TV, and they've been having a very difficult time understanding without being able to read people's lips as people do naturally. I don't think people realize how much they do read people's lips. So
that's true.
So we are, Advanced Audiology is opened. We are back in business after having to be closed for 3 months. And we are taking very specific precautions and following the CDC guidelines. So because we are a medical practice, we follow those guidelines normally as far as disinfecting everything, but it is very safe to come into our practice and not have to worry about anything because, we are a large practice and none of us can afford to get sick. So we don't want to have to close our business down again. So we want to be there for our community, as we always are. And so when you make an appointment with us, you can feel safe that we are doing all these very safe precautions.
And we've talked, Nola, in the past about wearing masks and not being able to read lips. And I think some of us just naturally do it, not because we have a hearing deficit, but it enhances our ability to make sure we're listening correctly. But one of the things you pointed out, I think maybe the last time you were on the show, is how many individuals who have hearing aids are removing their mask and their hearing aid comes out with it. And loss of hearing aids, I think, go hand in hand literally with taking a mask off and discarding the mask and the hearing aid at the same time.
Yep. So more and more people are losing their hearing aids, but we are educating our patients on how to correctly use the mask with hearing aids and making them very aware that this is going to happen, especially people getting new hearing aids at this time. And, that's an extra piece of thing behind their ears. However, we are going to be providing those straps that keep the mask off the ears, and we do have available some see-through masks so that you could read lips. We try to wear those for people who are having a problem to make it better for them. So, there's different things, and we have to do things differently, but we are offering better pricing to try to help people. As you said, Dr. Dorio, we do those things to help our community and people hear better, because that is so important. That is such an important sense. And that brings me to what I was thinking about talking about today. So since, we've all been home, I've noticed that there are many, many more hearing aid commercials on TV saying to people, hey, did you spend $5,000 on a pair of hearing aids? Well, you can get the same things for $299.
Yeah.
Just call us up and we'll mail them to you. I really want to caution people that if it sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true.
Absolutely.
I had a guy call me yesterday. I called the guy. I had an ad on Facebook, and he called in, and I talked to him, and he goes, well, I had a $5,000 pair of hearing aids, but they're old, and they weren't working well, so...
You know what, Barbara? It sounds like we might have lost them.
Uh-oh.
And so I said, that's what they are. They're amplifiers. So that's all they do is amplify sound. Fitting a hearing aid is not an easy task. Right. And one thing that we have over almost everybody else around in the Valley is experience and years of experience. As you know, I've been doing this for 40 years, and I've been in the Santa Clarita Valley for 33 years. And somebody can fit a hearing aid that's cheaper, even if it's more money, not the $299 ones, and get a different product than I would get with the same exact technology. And that's because I understand the technology and I understand the needs of the person to hear better. And so does my staff. So that's a very important factor that people don't realize, that a hearing aid is not just a commodity. A hearing aid is a medical device, and it needs to be treated properly so it lasts a long time. It's not something that you buy every single day. And batteries and cleanings and just adjustments and service are very important when you purchase a hearing aid. Mm-hmm. And you have to make sure that person's going to be there for you and around. And so you need to look at, like, how long has somebody been in business? And how many years have they served? Yes.
Not only that, Nola, not only that, but the important part from a medical viewpoint is that when you visit a doctor like you get a hearing test. And a hearing test can at times reveal something else going on, one. Secondly, when you're in your exam, there could be some simple problem taking place, like wax, that could be taken care of, where an amplifier or anything else you might put in your is just not going to make a difference either. So there are aspects of seeing a professional that is so important in terms of what I want, how I want my patient evaluated. And sometimes there are things that are going to be missed that could be key and important that would change someone's life because they don't have the professional who is needed to be there to deal in the right way with my patient. So it's an important hearing test, wax, and many other aspects that you pick up because of your experience that, calling in a phone number, giving your credit card, or getting it in an ad are just not going to do it for that individual. And that's, to me, a little bit dangerous.
Yeah, that is such a good point, Dr. Dorio. Thank you. And that is exactly the point. Yesterday, I saw somebody who said he was having trouble hearing, and he realizes now that he's missing a lot. But it turned out that his hearing was worse on one side than the other. He had really bad tinnitus or ringing in his ears, and he had been dizzy. And I sent him out for a medical evaluation. because I didn't try to sell him hearing aids, even though that is something he'll probably need, but he could have an acoustic tumor. And as you know, that our very own loving Carl Goldman, who owns KHTS Radio, had given me permission to talk about it, but he did come to me also thinking he had a cold, and he had one ear stuffed up. And I did find an acoustic tumor on him. And, you know, although we couldn't save his hearing, we were able to help him to hear better by providing the proper technology for him. And so that's not the only person either. And people might have other medical conditions like you're talking about. You shouldn't mess around with just trying to diagnose yourself. That is the difference between an audiologist who has at least 8 years of school and somebody working for a big box store that gets trained in the big box store and gets a license through the store. All they care about is they need to sell hearing aids.
That's right.
They don't care about whatever else is going on, and they also can't bill insurance. And some insurances do cover hearing aids, and that's what we're specialists in, is seeing what kinds of benefits you could have to help you, you know, pay for the hearing aid. So that's really important to remember. So that was a great point that you brought up.
Well, also, Nola, don't you have a payment plan available for some of your customers who might need it?
Yes.
Yes.
We
and
also use what the dentists use called Care Credit. We have 0% financing for 12 months.
Yeah, and I think that's very important to some people who realize, whoa, I have to pay $5,000 so that I can hear properly, but how am I going to pay for it? I don't have that lump sum. And that's what comes in handy when you have a payment plan that your clients can utilize. I think it's very important.
Right. Yeah.
So
go ahead. I'm sorry.
So another thing that I want our listeners to know, and especially caregivers and the children of some of our older adults, you know, they might be thinking that their loved one is starting to have dementia or memory problems. And sometimes that is exactly what is happening. But sometimes also an individual is not hearing everything, whether it be television or sirens or whatever it is, friends on the telephone. They might not be hearing it, and might not be picking up the cues and reading the lips that they have done in the past. And it only might be because of hearing loss as opposed to any neurologic problem taking place. So caregivers who are, you know, becoming aware that their loved ones are starting to have problems should think about the possibility, not that it's dementia, but that it's a hearing problem. Same goes with vision and a few other things. But, you know, hearing is key and important. And when you start to lack it, sometimes it is not discerned by anyone around them. And losing that diagnosis can, in the long run, end up being very detrimental to your loved one. So make sure that when you're thinking about an individual and they're just not seemingly functioning right, it could be their hearing. And having a hearing test is key and important and critical to evaluating your loved one.
That's very true, Jean. And we need to take a quick break. We'll be back in a few minutes to speak with Nola. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS.
Your hometown station, KHTS.
Introducing Oakmont of Valencia, Oakmont's second luxury senior living community in Santa Clarita. At Oakmont of Valencia, you'll have access to full-time assisted living services provided by compassionate staff in the privacy of your own home. Oakmont's Diabetic Wellness Program offers assistance with monitoring and managing glucose levels, meals, exercise, and activities. Oakmont of Valencia offers a fully equipped wellness center and concierge medicine program, allowing outside physicians to visit on site. Discover the care your loved one deserves in a resort-style setting. Visit oakmontofvalencia.com.
It's Christmas in August at Burger King.
Wait, are you being serious? There's no way.
Maybe there's a joke. There's a joke inside the bag. We invited food reviewers to try the Whopper, but with a special surprise.
$5 for 2 Whopper sandwiches.
I'm gonna leave before you change your mind. It's Christmas time. Celebrate with a 2 for $5 mix and match deal. Your way, way better.
Get your 2 for $5 Whopper deal at Burger King on Lyons Avenue at the 5 Freeway in Newhall.
Loss of hearing can affect the quality of life. Santa Clarita Hearing Center can help. They specialize in both preventative hearing loss and corrective measures, including diagnostic tests, new technology hearing aids, cochlear implants, ear protection, and tinnitus treatment. They can adjust your current hearing aids or fit you for new ones. Santa Clarita Hearing Center also offers sleep molds, swim molds, and musician monitors. Book an appointment today. Log on to SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com. Located on McBean Parkway next to the hospital. That's SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com.
This is Bradley Grose from Santa Clarita Grocery. Santa Clarita Grocery serves fresh groceries to families, individuals, and those experiencing homelessness. In this year-end season of giving, are you looking for a charity to do the most good for our community? At Santa Clarita Grocery, out of every dollar donated, a full 99 cents goes directly to the needs being addressed. As an all-volunteer-led organization, we operate on a 1% overhead, receiving no government funding for our operations in the community, resulting in us being one of the most efficient charities in the Santa Clarita Valley. If you are looking to support the good for our community, please consider partnering by donating to Santa Clarita Grocery. What is donated is specifically kept in Santa Clarita, helping over 3,000 families, including 5 other community charities. Please visit our website, santaclaritagrocery.org, or our Facebook, Santa Clarita Grocery, and or call our office to make a difference in our awesome town community at 425-7575. That's 425-7575.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, the inventor of MyPillow, and like all of you out there, I had problems sleeping. Pillows would go flat, I would flip-flop all night long, I would wake up with a sore neck, maybe a headache, or feel like I needed a nap even though I slept 8 hours. When I invented MyPillow, I wanted it to where you could move the patented fill to give you the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of sleep position. MyPillow will get you into that deep sleep faster, and you will stay there longer. It's not about how much time we spend in bed, it's about how much of that quality sleep we get. I do all of my own manufacturing right here in the United States. I have a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry my pillow, and I give you a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. And here's my best offer ever. You can buy one of my pillows and get one absolutely free.
Go to mypillow.com and use the promo code KHTS, or call 800-973-3927 and use the promo code KHTS. That's 800-973-3927 or mypillow.com and use the promo code KHTS.
KHTS, your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Dr. Gene Dorio with my co-host, Barbara Cochran, on your hometown station, 1220 AM and 98.1 FM, KHTS. We're talking with Nola Aronson from Advanced Audiology. And Nola, while we're talking here toward the end, I'd like to make sure our listeners know how to contact you.
So I want you to let the listeners know that Advanced Audiology is having a specialized open house for people who already wear hearing aids on August 11th, 12th, and 13th. And if you wear a hearing aid and you just are not happy with it, or you think it needs cleaning or adjusting, and you didn't buy it at a big box store that doesn't allow us to adjust those type of hearing aids, then you should call us, because we're having also very special COVID pricing where we're taking $1,500 off of our everyday low prices. So the way to find us is we are Advanced Audiology. We are on Valencia Boulevard at 238-22 Suite 103. We are in the Owen Patterson Century 21 building that is right across from AAA on the same side of the street. Our phone number is 661-253-3277. That's 661-253-EARS. We should forget the numbers. And that stands for 253-3277. And we will tell you all the precautions, and we will assess your hearing and help you with your hearing aid to work the best it can or make any recommendations to you. So
that's great, Nola.
August special, please call us.
August 11th to the 13th.
Right.
August 11th
exactly.
through the 13th. But Nola, you also, no matter what, people can come in and get a hearing test, a screening, hearing screening, and you know that, you know, if there are any caregivers out there who are children of older adult parents, and you think they're having problems that might possibly be hearing, take advantage, you know, because you don't want your loved ones to go through life with the thought that they have dementia when they don't. And all it is a hearing problem. You know, when they can't hear the Dodger game, that's not good. When they can't, you know, drive because of it, that's not good. When they can't hear people on the telephone, that's not good. And it just changes the whole aspect of how they're going to live life, doesn't it?
Yeah, that does.
Yes.
You know, as an aside, my daughter and granddaughter are both interpreters for the deaf. And it's been quite a challenge for them because they have had to work from home through computers and helping teach deaf and hard of hearing kids at their homes. And both of them have said that has really been a challenge.
Wow. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, Nola, thank you. You know, we started off, you know, the program with Santa Clarita Groceries, Bradley Grose and Jill Carr. They're giving so much to the community. And you are, Nola, doing the same thing, and we definitely appreciate that. Nola's phone number is 253-3277. Nola Aronson, thank you again for being on the show. We appreciate everything you do to support seniors in Santa Clarita. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nola.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you for having me on the show.
You are very welcome. We are sponsored by Comfort Keepers In-Home Care, Advanced Audiology, and Santa Clarita Hearing Center. Listen to us next week on the Senior Hour. Now go and enhance your quality of life.
Your hometown station, KHTS.